Hello, hello. Welcome back to my space. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for being here with me. First of all, I opened the cards and I'm so curious about this one. Listen, we are starting here. The main subject, it is emotional fulfillment. Understand what I'm so curious about it? So this is the main subject. And let's go immediately. What is happening under the deck? Under the deck, we have the Five of Wands. This is talking about someone competing with you, right? So this is the underlying energy. Somebody was competing with you, or is competing with you. I don't know. In the place here of other people, what we have, it is the Page of Pentacles. People apparently observing you, studying you. Very interesting. In the driving energy, we have our sneaky card exposed, right? The Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords, we are talking about someone unable, unwilling, however you want to put it, to take accountability, responsibility, somebody acting with a hidden agenda, lying, stealing, cheating, manipulating, backstabbing, cunning, all those kind of things is exposed. And this is the driving energy. So the driving energy, it is some kind of exposure. So in the fourth place, the foundation, there is the moon. Very interesting. I'm very interested to get deeper into this. Something might be hidden, something might be unclear, there might be some kind of confusion here. Very interested to get more information about it. And then we have in the change, in the path shift, the cutting truth, right? We might have someone here who is delivering some kind of truth. So, what I feel here, it is truly that because there is this cutting truth that came to light, people are being very, very curious, observing what's going on, maybe wanting to invest in you, might be. What is also coming to the light here, so we have some kind of, a lot of truth, right? Even though there is here confusion with this moon, and this moon is the only major arcana that there is. So with the moon, we might also be talking about your intuition, your very, very strong intuition, your ability to see things that are kind of hidden, right? So we might also be talking about this confusion, right? About you having been able to see what was going on. The main subject, let me remind you that we are talking here about emotional fulfillment. So, very interesting. I'm very, very curious about all of this. So we will get a little bit deeper with the tarot, get a little bit more information. Just a reminder, this is a collective reading, which means that it is a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please, take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't take on yourself a story that is not yours. If I am talking about masculine or feminine, I'm not especially talking about the gender, I'm talking about the energy of the card. So please apply it however it applies, and this reading can be past, present, or future. So, my dear Clapton, my cat, she is very, very talkative this morning. So you might hear her. She is on the floor, so she doesn't need my help. So apparently she just wants to speak. So you might hear her in the background. I checked on her, everything's good. So, apparently this is what's going on. So, let's see here, the Ten of Cups. Tell me, the Ten of Cups. An opportunity coming your way, or you are an opportunity. The Chariot in reverse. Losing direction, losing control, unable to move forward because of this Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, tell me? The truth. Once again, we have truth coming out. You know what it feels to me? It feels to me that you have alchemized a difficult situation somebody acting totally recklessly towards you, trying to block you. It feels to me here that what we are talking about, it is that even though you might have been dealing here with a very, very difficult situation, you have succeeded to alchemize the situation and make of a very, very difficult moment, experience, something very, very positive, right? So you have turned, in fact, this Ace of Pentacles, this Ace of Earth, in an opportunity. You know, it's like what we saw in other readings, somebody who is spreading lies about you, making a smear campaign about you, bringing a lot of very, very negative attention on you, instead of allowing it to totally take you down. In fact, they have brought attention to you, and so now people are observing you, and what they see, it is a beautiful soul, right? And so at the end of the day, even though you didn't want to have the attention, it was not a pleasant attention, people being all in your business, but at the end of the day, it has turned into an advantage, right? Kind of feels something like that. That we had here someone who was trying to block you from moving forward. The truth is here about this person acting very, very recklessly. We have the Knight of Fire here, the Knight of Wands in reverse. This is truly reckless energy. This is a lot of fire in a very karmic way. Somebody having very bad ideas, right? Being hot-headed, arrogant, temperamental, impatient. Somebody who feels comfortable with conflict, right? Because we are talking here about someone who has some kind of conflict inside of them, right? They are very agitated. So this agitation, when it's around them, they feel at home. You understand what I mean? Yeah, so some kind of truth came out about that, about this reckless behavior that you went through, and somehow, as said, even though it might have been complicated, right? Because with this Chariot in reverse, somebody truly tried their best for you to lose your direction. Now I see somebody in a car and they want to go on the other lane, and there is another car that is just blocking them, not allowing them to do whatever they need to do in order to go to the direction that they need to go to. But it really feels here that you have turned all of this into some kind of opportunity. Yeah, okay, beautiful. And let me remind you that we have the emotional fulfillment. So you know, you are not pretending here that everything's good. No. You succeeded somehow with this situation to maybe heal yourself, maybe working towards your emotional fulfillment. I kind of truly feel here also, because we have this Page of Pentacles, somebody observing you, studying you. I kind of feel here that somebody sees you as emotional fulfillment. Let's see. Let's get into this Page of Pentacles here. Tell me the Page of Pentacles. What should we know about this Page of Pentacles? Yeah, you see? Yeah, so they are observing you, right? We might be talking about one person, we might be talking about more people, right? We are in the place of connections. What they are seeing, right, it is while you embody the energy of the Queen of Cups, loving, caring, patient, aware, self-aware, somebody operating from their heart space, right? But mature. We are with the Queen here, so we are talking about maturity. You are not lacking balance because of your feelings and emotions. Somebody very intuitive also. This is a sweetheart, right? This is truly somebody loving. And you were dealing here with someone who was presenting you maybe as the opposite, as someone who doesn't try to understand, someone who is maybe using people. The Two of Cups in reverse. See, those cards, they don't go together, right? Because the Queen of Cups, it's a loving person. It's also a person who generally is very interested in other people, right? So it should be like this. But apparently what they observed here with the Page of Earth, it is that somebody presented you or acted towards you in very ugly ways, maybe creating conflicts in your life with your connections. When you are such a beautiful, loving soul, sensitive soul. Okay, interesting. Okay, so what they are observing, it is truly the injustice that's happening here towards somebody who is loving, who is caring, somebody who considers other people, right? Tell me here, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, look. Somebody trying to put you in a very painful situation, right? Somewhere where it's cold, where you feel abandoned. It truly feel here. We might even be talking about someone who wanted to keep you for themselves, right? So they didn't want anyone to approach you. I see the devil in front of me, right? The devil's card. Yeah, an emperor in reverse, something like that. Somebody trying to control the situation for people to stay away from you. There is here this element of being rejected, being in the cold. Nobody's helping you while you need help. But somehow you have turned the situation, the alchemy card. This is what I told you. Alchemizing a situation. Okay. Yeah, it truly feels here that you have turned such a difficult situation into your advantage in some kind of way. And I don't even feel that you were trying to do that, right? You might just have tried to survive in a very difficult situation, right? When you are embodying this energy of the Queen of Cups, and you might be a masculine, it doesn't matter. Your heart space is essential for your life. And somebody who's trying to block everything for you, every kind of connection, having people misunderstand you, turn their back on you, right? Okay, anything else here about this Page of Pentacles? Let's see. Judgment. Judgment. Okay, yeah, so people are observing you and they understand now something. They understand something about your experience. Okay, let's go to the Seven of Swords here. 1 second, because I think I need to put on the fan. 1 second. One second. I won't put it too strong, but most of you, like the messages that I got from you, it is that it doesn't bother the reading, so I'm so happy about that. Okay, so let's see, let's get into the 7 of Swords. Let's see. The 7 of Swords in reverse. Exposure of somebody having a hidden agenda. 7 of Swords in reverse, tell me. Look. 10 of Cups in reverse. The Tower, the Tower, the Tower. Yes, listen. Yeah, okay. So, people observing you, seeing that you are emotionally fulfilled. You have alchemized here a situation. Now that they are observing, they are putting a judgment. There is some kind of justice coming here, right? Because we have the Tower, right? So this person being exposed for having a hidden agenda, unwilling to take responsibility, accountability, somebody who's very, very sneaky, right? Their intentions are not good. They think that they can escape whatever they are doing, and what they are doing, it is lying, stealing, cheating, manipulating, backstabbing, right? So yeah, so there is here a shocking truth coming to light. We know it, the Knight of Swords. This is what changes everything. So it kind of feels that the person that has acted in this way towards you, doing all those things, we might be talking about one person, we might be talking about a group of people. You know your story, right? Whatever they thought that they created, right? The building that they created on this false foundation, it is all coming down. And look that they are going through the opposite of wish fulfillment, emotional happiness, right? Might be talking about a toxic family. We might be talking about a toxic group, as said. But with the 10 of Cups, we might be talking about family. So yeah, so it's a catastrophe for them because they are being exposed for who they truly are, right? Yeah, it truly feels people bringing attention on you because they are trying to control you, make people believe bad things about you, not thinking about the fact that people will be curious. They are curious, they observe, and what they observe, it is absolutely not what has been painted about you. Okay. Let's see here. Anything else about the 7 of Swords in reverse? Yeah, lies, manipulations. Listen, the Knight of Cups in reverse, right? This is talking about delusion. So I kind of feel here, first of all, we are talking about a smooth talker. Somebody using their words in order to charm, in order to get what they want, right? And somebody delusional also, right? So, yeah, whoever has done whatever they has done, there is some kind of element of delusion, right? Because apparently the image that they created about you is so opposite to what you truly are that it was kind of obvious that this tower was going to fall. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see the moon. Very interested by this moon. Let's see. Tell me the moon, please. What should the collective know about this moon? Yeah. The High Priestess came out like this. The issue, right? The issue. There is here something about you being very, very intuitive. It's very interesting, right, that we have the High Priestess. I will take it in reverse. But you see that the High Priestess here, we have the moon. And it is the card of the moon, right? So, what I truly feel here that we are talking about, it is somebody here has used the fact that you might be somebody, you know, kind of secretive. Not because you have anything to hide. You might be an introvert, for example. You might be someone that people have a hard time to understand. I feel that this person has used whatever confusion they might have been about you, using this in order to create a narrative, right? So whatever was unseen from you, they made it seen under a very, very wrong light. Like, for example, let's go back to the example of you are not in a relationship, so they will say, no, this person is, they are not in a relationship because everybody reject them because they are totally toxic, right? They are abusive, or they are in a relationship with somebody married, or they are just I don't know. Let's say that if we are talking here about a conservative environment, so they will paint you as a party animal, if you understand what I mean. While you might be the total opposite, right? You might just so truly painting you using those elements of your life that are maybe misunderstood and using them in order to create fake narratives about you. Creating confusion based on, yeah, maybe using your discretion about your own life. Tell me the moon. Yeah, and here's the thing, right? The person that we are talking about, what they were doing, in fact, it is that they were adapting the narratives according to who they were talking to, right? So if they would be talking to someone conservative, so they will say that you are partying all the time. If they were talking with somebody who has been cheated on, they would say that you are in a relationship with people that are married or in a relationship. You understand? All those kind of behaviors here. Yeah, it was all in order to try to have some kind of control over you, right? And it was about creating illusions and delusions and confusion about you, right? And here with the Seven of Cups, we have truly all the options, right? So they were adapting their options according to who they were talking to. I didn't even check if you can see all the cards. Yes, you absolutely can. I can even move it a little bit more, right? Yeah. Okay. Tell me more here about the moon. An end. Death in reverse, a total ending. A total ending. Yeah, it really feels here that they were dedicated. I'm attracted now, obviously, to this Five of Wands. We are talking here about someone competing with you, right? Wanting to create conflicts in your life. Maybe somebody jealous about you, trying to block your healing. Yeah, we are talking here about somebody who doesn't like, I see the Hierophant here. Somebody doesn't like the authority that you have. There is here something, I kind of feel that this person feels threatened by you. Threatened by the way that you are living your life in accordance to your morality, your integrity, your heart space. This is what I feel here. You know, somebody who will act very, very recklessly, and they realize that you would never do that, right? You would be in control of yourself, even if, you know, might be someone who has used every kind of excuse in the book to act in the dirtiest ways, you know, and their excuse is hurt people, right? Oh yes, I'm doing this because, you know, I'm controlling in my relationship because I've been cheated on in the past, right? Like if it's a legitimacy. It's all excuses, right? I don't mean that. You cannot become a little bit controlling when you have an unhealed wound of cheating, right? It happens very often, even though you shouldn't put it on your partner. You should go and heal about it, right? But here, it's kind of a person that is making up, they are making up stories, right? With the Seven of Swords here, we are talking about an energy of someone who is just, yeah, I said, using every excuse in the book. And it might not be related to any kind of truth. They are using what people don't know, right? Okay. So let's see here. This Death card in reverse. Yeah. Everything comes from a place of defense, right? So, yeah, listen. Whatever you have experienced here, it is coming from a place of trying to defend themselves. It doesn't justify, right? I'm just giving the explanation. This is why they needed to put an end to you, right? They needed people not to listen to you, right? They needed people not to see you for who you are. So if you would speak up, people wouldn't listen to you. Yeah, it was all coming from a place of trying to defend something. Yeah, it kind of feels that they might have done something that was kind of a shortcut, right? They might have been... I will say it, even though it's not an excuse. They might have been like... Because it's the energy of the card, you know? Somebody who's operating from fear, and so they are stuck. They are stuck because of their fear. So here I truly more feel the element of that you were a threat to someone because there is some kind of truth that they were afraid that you could reveal about them. Okay, let's see here the Knight of Swords. Let's see this Knight of Swords, this cutting truth that is changing everything. What should we know about the Knight of Swords? Yeah, listen. It's truly, you know, it's somebody who felt very, very threatened by who you are. By people seeing you for who you are. We have the Magician here. Somebody who needed people not to see your value. Can I tell it any other way? It's confusing, I will tell you why. Because I feel here two very different energies. Different. They are not different. They are just, yeah, they are like, I have two stories coming, right? One of a person who see you like their Queen of Cups. You can be masculine, feminine, doesn't matter, right? But they are in love with you, right? And so they want to hide you. Or they want people to not like you, right? So nobody will approach you because maybe you are not interested in them, right? Maybe you are not interested in them because of their behavior, right? But he kind of feels that, okay, I cannot have you, nobody will have you, right? And there is also this element here of trying to defend themselves through destroying you. It goes together at the end of the day, right? Because maybe the fact that you reject them for some kind of reason, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, right? But the fact that you reject them is hurting their ego, and so they think that maybe you see something about them that makes them feel very, very uncomfortable, and so they are afraid that as you see them as not someone that you want to deal with, you have a good reason, and so they are afraid that you will spread this reason, right? And so it will expose them for who they are, right? Yeah, it feels here truly that the you are not even grieving them anymore. You are totally over, right? You regained your full power. And I kind of feel that this is what people are seeing when they are watching. Because remember that the subject here regarding other people, it is that they are curious about you, they are watching you, they are studying you, what's going on with you, right? And there is this cutting truth coming out. And so I kind of feel that even though you went through this situation, you maintained your direction. Even though this person wanted to block your direction. But I feel that you maintained it somehow, right? And so you are in your full power. So people are seeing that you are in your full power. They don't see this energy of grief that they were expecting to see for some kind of reason. Tell me here the Five of Cups in reverse. Yeah, the Four of Cups, being totally closed off, being depressed. It's not what they see, right? Yeah, healing. Healing, okay. I wanted to check this Five of Cups, because this is what I felt, but I wanted to be sure. Okay, let's go here. Anything else about this Knight of Swords? Yeah. Listen, you took distance. You took distance, right? Because you understood here what was going on and you concentrated on yourself. Healing, once again. Yeah, so this person might have even presented you as you being someone acting from their lack of happiness. You being a happiness hater, right? You creating drama, you being emotionally unstable, you being weak. Yeah, okay. Let's see here, let's go to closure. Let's go to closure here. Yeah. Yeah, listen, the closure here is that we have somebody Listen, I want to tell you, I don't know if I need to tell you that, right? It kind of feels that somebody's totally losing their shit, right? We have here someone, the Four of Wands in reverse, no stability, right? So somebody might be losing their shit because the worst is happening for them, right? First of all, you are in this wish fulfillment, right? Emotionally fulfilled. You are happy with yourself, right? You have healed whatever was going on here. Let me remind you, this can be past, present, future, so you might still be healing of this situation, but you are heading towards the total release and you are working on your emotional fulfillment, right? You are not staying stuck there, right? You are not staying down. You are not. Yeah, we have the Lovers here in reverse, right? So first of all, so this person is very agitated right now because first of all, you are emotionally fulfilled, what they didn't want to see, and people here are seeing the truth for what it is. That they were here, they had a hidden agenda in whatever they said about you, right? They intentionally created confusion about you, and it is a cutting truth. And the cutting truth, it is that this person was acting from a place of competing with you, being in conflict with you, right? And the conflict might totally have nothing to do with you. You have done nothing, right? We have here the element of competition. We have here the element of somebody wanting to bring you down just because they want to bring you down. Because maybe they are competing with you. But I kind of feel that there is here some kind of truth, and the truth that might be, it is who they are, right? And so here, for the closure, we have someone who is not aligned with themselves, right? And they are very, very unstable. They are taking the worst decision that there is. Yeah, very unstable. Which is just exposing them more and more. Yeah, you have the lead here, right? You have the lead. They wanted to keep you stuck in a cycle, but it feels that it's them. They are stuck in the cycle. They wanted you to be in this overthinking, right? In this mental prison. Not understanding what's going on, feeling rejected, holding on to something that happened in the past so much that it would be like a prison, right? This also tells me that if this person, whatever they have done, anyway, you know, spreading lies about someone, it's not legal, right? It's defamation of character. So they might be stuck here in what they did, and they might go to prison also, right? Yeah, because they cannot defend what they did. They cannot defend what they did. They truly wanted to block you. Yeah. They never thought that you would survive. They never thought that you would be so strong. Yeah, they wanted to control you and dominate you, but you could see through it. You could see through it, yeah? And you have much more confidence than what they thought, right? Look, we have once again the Seven of Swords in reverse. You understood what was going on. This is their problem, right? Yeah, they're totally stuck. They don't know what to do now. Because of something reckless that they did in the past. There is here some kind of proof of something that they did, that because of that, they cannot get away with it. Yeah. They were acting totally from a place of needing to control you, and it was coming out of fear, right? It's not an excuse, right? It doesn't justify. It is just the explanation of how this person operates, right? Just for you to understand what's going on. So anyway, I will leave it here. I hope that it was insightful, interesting, maybe even healing, if not, at least entertaining. I'll see you in the comments. sending a lot of love and good vibes your way. Until very, very soon. Bye.